I tried something known as biphasic sleeping for near enough a week, and to be honest, I failed this experiment quite miserably. I wasn't really able to do biphasic sleeping to the best of my ability, and it definitely is an experiment and a sleep schedule that I'm going to try again when I have a lifestyle that sort of allows it. But this biphasic sleeping thing is definitely something that is a lifestyle dependent. You have to have a certain kind of lifestyle to be able to do this. If you have to get up early in the morning every day for school or work, then you're probably not going to be able to do this. If you have a job that means you're going to be working a little later at night than you probably like to, you're not going to be able to do this. And that was the case for me. I tried to do this in half term when I wouldn't actually need to get up early, so I'd set my alarm for an hour later or something and wake up like that. But because sometimes I was still doing stuff in the evening, I'd end up staying up a bit later than I needed to and was supposed to for this sleep schedule. And this sleep schedule, to define it, is where you would have a block of 4 hours of sleep. For me, I would go to bed at 10 and wake up at 2 in the morning. Then I'd do stuff for an hour. Maybe it'd be meditation, journaling, reading, whatever you call it. And then I'd go to sleep for another 4 hours and after 3 o'clock and wake up at 7. That was the sleep schedule. And it didn't really work because I wasn't always going to be able to go to bed at 10. I wasn't always going to be able to wake up at 7 if I had to go somewhere that day and get up early. It wasn't perfectly always going to work for me, and as I say, it's definitely something that's lifestyle dependent. There's probably only 6 nights where I did this biphasic sleeping thing, and around one of them was actually truly successful, where I actually got the meditation, the journaling, and the reading done, and I actually felt fine the next day and I didn't feel tired. But for most of the other days, I literally would fall asleep during meditation. I would sit down and put my time on for meditation, and then I'd literally just fall asleep 10 minutes trying to meditate. And I wouldn't even wake up to the timer going off at the 40 minutes, which, yeah, it just didn't really work for me. It's definitely going to be something that I'm going to try again in the future, but as a conclusion, it's definitely lifestyle dependent. You definitely need to have a specific kind of lifestyle where your lifestyle is flexible. You don't have to wake up for school. You don't have to wake up for work as early as like 6. You can lay into like 9, 8 every single day and go to bed whenever the hell you want. And that's the kind of life that you live. Now, for me, optimally doing biphasic sleeping would probably be to have around 4.5 hours before you end up waking up, and then maybe 1.5 hours, and then have another 4.5 hours or so asleep before you then wake up for the whole day, and then do it again. I wasn't really able to do that. I was getting like 7 hours of sleep most nights, and because you have that little bit in the middle which like breaks up your sleep, because it takes a while for you to go back to sleep again, like 10 minutes or so, you're losing out on that consistent monophasic sleep. Apparently humans are supposed to be biphasic sleepers, like we're naturally biphasic sleepers, and that makes sense scientifically and logically, but the way that we as humans have been conditioned to not do that since like 200 years ago, maybe we have literally evolved to actually be monophasic sleepers, and all our genes and our natural instinct of being biphasic sleepers is just gone, and we have literally evolved to be monophasic sleepers. That's a very interesting scenario and situation, which could be the reason why a lot of people would struggle to do this. But yeah, it's so lifestyle dependent, and you really have to have a specific kind of lifestyle to be able to do this consistently. I definitely think it is something that works, because the one night that it actually did work for me, it felt great. I felt refreshed, even though I had that break between my 2 sleeps. I felt really refreshed the next day. So there is definitely some truth to it. There's definitely some benefits to it. I recommend trying it for a week, just as I did. But if you can clearly tell by the way that maybe you're falling asleep during meditation, maybe you're not feeling refreshed the next day because you're still having a lack of sleep, maybe it's best to go back to monophasic sleeping and get that extra hour and a bit of sleep, because your lifestyle depends on it. And the actual total amount of sleep is better than maybe having that like hour break that is more natural for humans. So with that, I recommend subscribing for more content like this, and have a good day.